So if y'all have been watching my shorts of this cat, he was a stray that took me months to earn his trust. And he finally got to the point where he would come into my lap on the porch. And he is such a pure-hearted angel, right? We have 2 indoor cats. I also travel usually. So my roommate, who's also my best friend and has been for years, pardon my my lived-in room, we have 2 inside, or she has 2 inside cats, right? Strictly indoor, and mother cat does not deal with and would not welcome any other cats. Well, this sweet baby, my other neighbor lady is a cat lady, and she very graciously pays to spay and neuter the strays on our street and vaccinate them, have them vaccinated. So he's already has ear clipped and been neutered, and has his ear clip, or has his vaccinations. He's got such a sweetheart, like literally one of the most pure hearts of any little kitty. And there are 2 strays that bully him, and no matter how mean they are to him, like they'll just attack him for no reason while he's sleeping or whatever. And the night before last was the last straw. He's been calling to me for a while asking for help, and I told Sherry, I was like, we really need to think about either trying to get him to a foster program or just adopting him, but we need to transition him to at least just stay in my room, so that he can get used to being an inside cat, and then from there we'll get him to the vet to make sure that he is completely like in the most perfect, outstanding conditions, so that we can transition him from just my room to socializing with our 2 inside cats and really help everyone with the transition. And she was like on the fence, like, but I know her and how she thinks about things, and it takes her a little while, sometimes a long while, to really think about things long enough to make a decision. Well, the night before last was the last straw, because he was curled up in my outside chair on my hoodie, which I always leave there strategically for stray kitties to lay in if they want a soft little nest to lay in. And he's never out there that late. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I thought, he's a sitting duck, because those 2 mean strays, like, they're going to see him just laying there. So I went out there to see him and say goodnight, and I gave him a little massage, and he was just looking at me with his sleepy eyes. I was like, oh my God, I'm in love with this boy. Well, not 2 minutes after I came inside, I heard an awful cat fight and these screams. I was like, oh, one of those strays was watching me, the mean one, for me to come inside to just attack him. And I knew at that moment, I was like, I'm done with this. He's got to come inside. So yesterday morning, Cherry was still in bed, and we had an extra litter box in the garage from the baby that I had for 19 years that I said goodbye to 2 years ago. We had extra food dishes, extra litter, and I was like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull him inside. And we're going to have to figure it out. And I did. Yesterday morning, he spent his first night in here. Oh my gosh, he's so happy, guys. He slept for like a full 24 hours because his soul is so tired from being on the street, and we've had some cold nights going into, fall into winter. I think he's about 2 years old, but if anything, it's just his pure heart and being exposed to being attacked by the world and not resting. And I understand that, having gone through trauma myself in my childhood and my early adulthood years, like the exhaustion of never being able to just simply rest and always having to worry about, what's around the corner and what's behind your back. And that's the most beautiful thing for me to be able to offer him, is a place to completely rest. And he slept so close to me last night. Come here, Henry. His name is Henry. And I just wanted to let everyone know to welcome him. It's Henry.